and welcome to yet another amazing episode. My name is Jacinta, your aligned love coach. And today I have, if not at all, the most interesting or captivating topic you've ever had. It might actually be the lifeline that might transform your life. What is this? Stay tuned to find out about it. Welcome, Karibu. So I recently held a masterclass that was called Attracting Your High Value Match. And let me tell you, the ladies who are able to join me live, they had a lot of positive feedback. It was a practical class, and I gave them tips that I personally use to be able to attract my now husband. Yeah, it's not magic, it's not juju or any sort of thing, but it's about shifting. And that's what I'll be telling you about. Shifting from what? You may be asking. Shifting from survival to becoming magnetic. Because let me tell you, so many women nowadays are operating from survival mode. When you go out there dating, you're still in a survival mode. And what does even survival mode sound like? Because you might be thinking, I'm not on survival. I might even be doing very well in my career. I have it all. So I don't show up, I don't come out as desperate. My dear, when you hear about survival mode in relationships, this is what I mean. When you're dating from a survival point of view, you're actually taking all the let me say it in a good word, because one day my kids might be able to see this, but you're taking all the nonsense out there from potential, from looking at a person from their potential, from dating from, oh, maybe they will change when I'm married to them, to taking the bare minimum, to saying maybe he's just having a bad day, he's gonna change someday. My dear, that is dating from survival. If you have ever found yourself saying or giving an excuse for a partner that you're dating, maybe they haven't texted you in a while, but you say you're in a relationship with them, you're actually dating from survival. And what I teach on as an aligned love coach is to actually date from attraction. Because when you learn how to attract, remember what I said from the beginning, how I attracted my husband? You become a magnet. You'll just have to pick. You don't even need to look for it. That's how important this is. So here are three things actually that you need to put in mind when you're dating from a magnetic point of view, where I would advise any woman out there listening. And if this is not you, maybe you're already in a relationship. You might have a girlfriend, a friend, or somebody who needs to hear this. You really need to hear about how you can date from a magnetic point of view. Number one, and it is an non-negotiable. Let me just start from there. Awareness. Be aware of yourself. Like the way before, even maybe you might be overweight, or maybe you have some spots on your face. If somebody comes out and tells you, like, let me assume it's me, maybe I have some pimples on my face, maybe I have been struggling with acne, but I own up to that. Yeah, I really find this a lot, especially because I'm so much on the social media space. When I own up my flaws by being aware of them, and I actually talk about them, then nobody can use it against me. Let that sink in. When you're aware of your flaws, because no one is perfect, your imperfections, your triggers, your attachment, any sort of thing that makes you, that becomes a game changer. And that's why I say this is non-negotiable, by the way. You will not tell me that you're willing or about to attract, you want to attract a healthy or a high value man if you're already unaware of yourself. Because you might even find the ideal man that you're looking for, but my dear, parts of you will be pushing him away because you're not aware of them. So awareness, that is a non-negotiable when it comes to becoming a magnet. Yeah. Learn about yourself. Go back to yourself. Go home. Actually, that is the thing. Going back to yourself, because over time we lose ourselves. There's so many things happening in life, maybe friends, maybe relationships, the pressures of life. You can bow down to the pressure, or you might change because of everything going around. But it's only when you go back to yourself. And how do you go back to yourself? By becoming aware. That's when you can finally become a magnetic person. That was point number one. Yeah. Point number two, boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. And boy, have I spoken about boundaries in this channel like over a million times. Because boundaries are the key to everything, every healthy relationship, every first of all, you'll always find that when you're being abused, because I have been in such a situation. And if you do not know my story by now, maybe this is your first time here, please go back to the previous videos and then you'll get to understand more. And if it's still your first time here, please like this video, share it with somebody who you know might benefit from this information, and subscribe. Don't forget that before I forget. So you really have to put boundaries, because the high percentage or probability of women who are stuck in toxic relationship, or who always end up with toxic or abusive partners, actually have zero to very shaky boundaries. And I might be wondering, Jacinta, but what are boundaries? They are not the rigid things that usually say, if somebody does this to me, I'm out. No, there is a way of actually placing healthy boundaries where it's okay to disagree with the person. This is how you feel, fine. But then you ask yourself, am I up to this? Does this make sense to me? Does it align to me? If it does not, let it go. It's not for you, and still you can learn to say no. Actually, that is the basis of all boundaries. It's learning how to say no to things which do not align or do not work with you. Yeah. So boundaries, that is another key thing to you becoming a magnet. You cannot be there just saying yes to everyone and to everything out there, but then you're saying your person is this one person who is a healthy, high value man. Because truth be told, most of the people are walking around blindly, and we have a lot of unhealthy people out there. Previously, they had done this study where they used to think that, especially there's something that we call an attachment, that 50% of them were securely attached, meaning they were the healthy, good type that we all look for, only to find another study that has come up recently to say that probably that is not the way it is. We might not have as many of these healthy people as you might have thought. So that's why it's very important for you to have these key things for you to be able to attract your person. And on to my third point, which is really huge. It is not something that you can actually just wake up and say, oh, I'm going to do this. This is where you might actually need help from. It is your energy. Your energy. That tells us more about you than even what you're telling me. I usually say, because I have worked with a bunch of high achieving women, that is actually who I work with every single day. They're CEO, they're balling, they're really doing well in their various careers. But then, depending on their relationships, the people that they have chosen, that is how I actually get to know how these women actually see themselves, right? Because your energy, or how you value yourself, is a direct, or it's equals to how people are treating you. So your energy, the way you show up, whether you believe that you can actually attract a healthy partner or you don't, is going to be seen in the kind of people that you have had previously, or like keep attracting. Because most of the time I find that my clients always come to me telling me it has been a pattern, and to be very honest, I can relate. I have been there again, right? So the best way And this is actually the third and biggest way for you to be able to become a magnet, is for you to embody an energy of abundance. Let me just let that sink in. Believing that you can actually be able to attract this person, not just saying it. You cannot just think that you believe it, but then at the end of the day, you're asking your friends, so where are the good men? But then all the good men are taken. Oh no, all men are dogs. But then at the end of the day, you're still like, but I still want my own person. I still want a good guy. If that is your energy, my dear, it's really like stepping on the brakes and gas pedal at the same time, saying let's go, but then so you're not going anywhere, and that will keep you stuck, and you'll end up feeling very frustrated as you see each and every other person out there, or other women who are really positive and having a really good energy about it attract good and healthy men, right? So I hope this helps. It was a really amazing, this is just one, actually the very small part. There was something that I call the 3 pillars of aligned love, which is what I usually teach about, or my blueprint that I use with the women that I have used. And let me tell you, they have gotten amazing results. So if you would want to see the very same results, please DM me. I would love to help you, because true love is not just for a few of us, it's for everyone. So if you would want to become this woman who is magnetic enough to attract a high value man, you've tried all the other ways, there's so much download or actually information out there, you have tried it all, but the value or the practicality of it is what you're lacking from, then the Aligned Love program, which I have created, is actually the program for you. So DM me on any of my socials, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You can even comment here. I know my email address is still here, and we can start working together on helping you become the high value woman, or the magnetic woman who will attract with a lot of ease. So until the next episode, bye bye guys.